All right, I just got a haircut. I know my hair is currently sticking up like a marlin's fin in the front. Don't make fun of me. I'm a very sensitive person. Okay? Okay. That said, let's get into English once again here on Reddit. We'll start off, I don't know, down here somewhere around what looks to be number 19 with room for rent. Are you looking for a room for living? Get inside now. You're gonna get a big surprise. Surely. I get what they're going for. You're gonna be surprised with the quality of the apartment. I feel like that must really just be an English thing, that we always just over-sexualize everything, right? Especially if it's in quotations with all caps. Big surprise when you go inside of this strange apartment. Why is that? I bet you in other languages, it's like you don't have those, sexual connotations to things like that, and therefore the person who translated this probably didn't think much of it. Also, I don't know. I have nothing to support what I just said when it comes to other languages, but I'm just trying to justify what it says there. That's all. Don't you want a room for rent that has a big surprise inside? Google, please. When did Prussia become Germany? Did you mean when did Prussia became Germany? I don't think that's... Well, Google. Why did you think that was a proper thing to autocorrect? You could... It's like, what this person meant. You didn't even have to try. Even if they said, when did Prussia became Germany? That's like you being sly and cheeky, like, hey, I think your grammar is wrong, except this time you made a complete fool out of yourself because your grammar is wrong. All right? That's like if two adults are having a conversation and a little kid comes up and tries to correct the two adults, and the two adults are very correct about what they're saying, and they're like, no, child, you're wrong. You don't need to jump in and try to correct this conversation when you're wrong. All right? What your other small friends told you is not right. We are right. That's like what Google is doing here. You got it wrong. Why are you doing that? Stop doing nothing. No, nothing is allowed here. If you are caught doing nothing here, you will be fined, you will be arrested, you will be thrown in prison for life. This is an area of activities and active people. We do not promote a sedentary lifestyle here at this park, okay? You got to be doing hardcore parkour. You got to be on the swings. You got to be on the playground. You got to be playing tennis. You got to be playing baseball, basketball. There's so many possible activities here. Nothing is not allowed. Are you supervising your child? No, you got to be doing jumping jacks while supervising your child, okay? You're going to get thrown behind this wall if you do nothing. That's like the wall of the park. You're going to get thrown out. Yourself. We're gonna make you hardcore parkour over the wall if you're doing nothing. Even though it's like, don't sit on the wall or something like that, which is apparently also known as nothing. Do it. Old clothes. Put in... Damn, I've been doing it wrong my entire life. I usually put them in the washing machine, but I bet you that there's some element to your saliva that's really good at cleaning things. Have you ever thought about how many cans you've probably taken directly off a shelf at a convenience store, or a gas station, or a grocery store, and you just start drinking it immediately, right? You wouldn't lick the shelf at a grocery store, yet we all take the can off and we start drinking out of it immediately, which, is there really that much of a difference there? That piece of metal has been sitting out in the open just like the shelf has, but you would never lick the shelf. So there must be some sterilization there in your saliva. I'm a super scientist when it comes to saliva biology, in case you didn't know. It's my side hustle. So you can sanitize your old clothes by eating them. I assume that by the mouth, it's like a chute, and they're calling the entrance to the chute a mouth. That's what I imagine they're saying here, but also eat your old clothes. That's my advice to you. Cancer dog get 15 times more cants than you and me. Cancer dog food, dog turd, dogs and cancer. Some drugs makers don't want you. Prevent cancer. No dogs in house. Cancer dog get 15 times more cants than you and me. I don't know what it's trying to communicate. Is it trying to communicate that dog foods give dogs cancer? Or that you should not have a dog because dogs give you cancer as a human? Or that there is a cancer epidemic among dogs that needs to get more attention. I don't get it. And this is also appears to be in the United States. I appreciate their concern for cancer because cancer is a big problem throughout the world. Maybe they've got an idea, and if they find a way to effectively communicate it, then cancer will be cured. So this person, maybe we need to be talking to them, hearing them out a little bit more. I don't know. Religion-free DVD player. Instead of region-free DVD player. I never really got the whole like region locks on DVD players. It never was an issue that I ran into, but I knew it was a thing. But I was just like, I guess I've just never encountered a disc that was made in another region that wasn't able to play on a player that I had. Granted, I haven't really used a DVD or any kind of physical disc player in quite some time other than like PS4 and Xbox One. But otherwise, this DVD player, maybe it accepts all regions. It's very inclusive in the region department, but very exclusive when it comes to religions. Absolutely no religious anything related content may be put inside of this DVD player. It will reject it. It will not play it. This DVD player, it will not take someone at your door, knocking on your door, asking you if you have discovered the Lord and Savior. Quality room service options. Wong low cot. I assume that, oh, here we go. Vibrated condom. Panty. Does M mean male? Panty, I assume. And then panties. Famala. Okay. Punishment of... What is happening here? What is this? Is this like they, instead of stuffing a bunch of coins in a sock as like some kind of mafia weapon, like they stuff a bunch of coins in a condom and then it's called a coindom and then get hit by it? It's very inappropriate. Cover your ears. No such things exist in this world if you are younger and not of proper age to know about these things that don't happen. What is a Woonan? Oh, it's probably like, I assume baby formula. The male can be essential ale. It's a good rhyme. Sweet start to a poem. Should continue it. Remember, it's 911. If you are stolen, call the police at once. Well, gosh darn. If only all those kidnapping victims just had the presence of mind to do that. Just think of how many kidnappings could be foiled. Like, God, just have a little bit of presence of mind when you're kidnapped. Jeez, just use your cell phone and call the police. Like, why do you just not do it? You get Stockholm Syndrome immediately, like this person just abducts you and you're like all of a sudden into it? It's a joke. It's not, it's a joke. I just want to be clear. If you are stolen, do your best to call the police. Good advice. Yeah, perfectly appropriate brand name. Oh my God. Wow. That's a bad one. And there's other English stuff next to it, but I do see some like Chinese characters or something there, so it's probably not an English-speaking country. I assume it is supposed to be a rhyme. Be like, maybe it's Rappy Baby, or maybe it sounds bad if you say Rapey Baby. No, that sounds terrible. And it's just bad. I have no comment other than it's bad. Shuringshu. When God were me, he was just Shuringshu. Okay. What? Is it supposed to be like an in God we trust kind of thing? Like what's written on U.S. currency? Or is it like a spelling out like a Chinese word but in English characters? Is that what's going on there? Nah, I don't know. Anybody in the comments have a what is it? Ome wa mu shinru. Except it doesn't say that. And I don't know that this is Japanese, but Ome wa mu shinru. That's you were already dead. And then the response is nani, which is what in Japanese, in case you didn't know. We never noise. Please respect your neighbors. Do not noise after 10 p.m. I mean, that's just a minor little... Yeah, everyone, I think, who speaks English and reads English understands what's going on there. everyone makes some grammar mistakes occasionally if it's not their first language, right? And especially if this is in like France or something like that, where, you know, you're kind of expected to try to make an effort to kind of, you know, speak French. As far as I can tell, it seems to be a thing. When I was in Paris for Minecon, I did feel very self-conscious, not really speaking any French, and I felt like I'd be bothering anyone if I went up to them and attempted to speak English, because I couldn't even be like, in French, ask, do you speak English? What would it be? Parlez-vous anglais or something like that? Or is that me? Is that you? Do you speak English, or do I speak? Would I be going up to someone asking if I speak English? That'd be embarrassing, wouldn't it? Hello, to go up to someone in the U.S. from somewhere. Hello, sir, do I speak English? I'm like, I guess you did right there for a couple moments. This is painful to look at. If it's too loud, you're too old. Classic Twitter phrase right there. A phrase I have seen very often. No apostrophe and you're missing an O. Happens all the time. I also don't know, is that peeling? Or is that like a well done shadow? It's so well done that I don't know if it's actually peeling or not. But it might just be a decal if that's actually peeling. So you can move this around. You can add the apostrophe, add the E, can add the O. At least you got the apostrophe here. In case you have a hard time remembering, if it's possessive, if it is possessive, then it's no apostrophe. That which is a confusing. If it's, which would be IT apostrophe S, possessive, then you don't have the apostrophe. But if it's the contraction for it is, then you have the apostrophe. I have no simpler way to have you remember that other than just remember it. The blade on my RC helicopter. Warning, if blade damage, don't be fly, otherwise it will create the human body. Or blade damage. Whoa! All right. You don't want to be too fly around this thing. Because if the blade is damaged, it's going to just create, like, this thing can create humans. This propeller blade is the source of human life. It is God. This thing can become a womb and manufacture a human from spinning so quickly. It's like it 3D prints a human. Only if it's damaged, though. If it's operating properly, it won't. But if it's damaged, little particles are going to start to fly off of it as it spins. And it spins around and it 3D prints a human, and then it will create a human body. Science. YouTube. Die yourself. All right. Now we're just getting into poorly typed YouTube comments here. Okay, if you really want to, crawl YouTube and find comments that are not written with proper grammar, you're going to be at it for a long time and you'll find a lot of stuff. Okay, this is not a hard one. It's a lot. I bet you could go on like a great deal of my videos and you'll find, on this video specifically, you will probably find something in the comments section. Now people are going to do it on purpose. But even if I hadn't said this, you would probably find a comment in here that would fit some mold here. That would work. Brid. This item is reduced due to misspelling of the word bird. Thank you. In case you would like to have it looks like a pot. Is it like a flower pot? In case you'd like to have a misspelled flower pot, they're on sale. You could add an E on the end, like just kind of Sharpie it in if you're an artist and make it fit in, and then it could be bride. And you could give it as a gift to someone. Many options here. It's a deal at $1.19. Formerly, it was like $1,000 because it had a bunch of gems encrusted in it, but now it's quite the steal, so you might as well make use. Very bad. I'm very bad. I appreciate the humor of the person responding to this. And I appreciate the fact that the initial person continued the joke in their response. Verbate joke. I think it was a very good joke, personally, but late is fine. Again, we're going into typos here rather than actual English mistakes, but that's fine. 2 men, 1 man die. I don't know. That's actually it. 2 men, 1 man die. I don't know. I feel like I might have seen this one before. I don't know if it was on here on the actual English website. The food does look pretty tasty, though. I'm not gonna lie. This looks like a Korean barbecue kind of joint, and I have not had Korean barbecue in a minute. I would love to have some. If you've never had Korean barbecue, I recommend that. It's so good, dude. It is so Korean here. In Korea, people often say this when they eat good food. The thing basically means taste that will distract you from a death that's occurring right next to you. Oh, so you have two men, one man dies, but then the first one doesn't even know because the food is so good. Yeah, this is the place to go for Korean barbecue. You want to know if someone died next to you? Yeah, please, hook it up. Get a fork, American. All right, stop eating with a spoon. Hey, you're Turkish. I've been there. I went to Anatolia with a friend, my friend Hassan. Who are hell you? Every living will die. I mean, yeah, everybody in the world is gonna die at some point. Slowly, one day at a time. Bummer, huh? It's like, dude, in probably 120 years, because I'm accounting for extended lifespan because of medical advancements and stuff, probably 120 years, everyone right now will be dead. Yeah. Get a fork, American. All right. Well, anywho, that's it for the last month of English. I hope you've enjoyed. Make sure to like if you liked. Check out the playlist in the description if you want to catch more Reddit videos. Subscribe if you're not already. And if you want to check out the music playing in the background, if that suits you fancy, check out the outro link to Marin Music. You can listen to it there. All right. Great. I'll see you next time.